to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Apollo 11, this is Houston.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Affirmative, we request hydrogen and an oxygen fuel cell purge, over.
Okay, status check, go, no go for LOI, retro.
We'll go flight all the way.
Green light.
Mission Control, this is Commander Bubbles. I'm getting an MPS warning light on the link monitor control subsystem. I'm requesting reallocation of main ohms firing through the CDS at level 6. Please advise.
Copy that, Commander. Reallocating there, Commander Bubbles.
Try some, Recky.
Breaker, come in Earth. This is rocket ship 27. Aliens fucked over the carbonator on engine number 4. I'm gonna try to refucculate it and land on Juniper. And hopefully you got some space weed over. How's that, buddy? I don't fucking know.
Josh, that intro was long, but worth it. What do you think?
Sure.
Oh God, Josh is all tired and cranky.
It was worth it. Yeah, it was worth it. Nothing better than Bubbles.
All right, welcome to the Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix podcast. If you hear some confuculaty sounds, it's because we got T, my cousin here, going on the shitty mic, so it picks up a lot of background noise. So, T, say hi to the folks.
Hello, folks.
Nailed it. T, how
you said say hi. He said hello.
You son of a bitch. All right, you're off the pod. T, how you feeling today?
Too bad.
Josh, how you feeling today?
Not bad. I feel like pepperoni pizza, as you pointed out earlier.
Josh, do you want to stand up real quick and show T your back? He didn't see it the first time.
He might have on Snapchat, but
oh yeah.
Oh, did you send it out on Snapchat?
Yeah,
Look at this shit. That's Josh is a fucking pepperoni pizza. Look at that.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, no one knows for sure.
I got cupped.
So Josh, you got a new dog, Odin. You want to talk about that for a sec? I know we want to try and be shorter today, but
got a new husky, Odin. He's a giant fuzzball. Him and Kai get after it every once in a while because they're both little sons of bees. But for the most part, it's going well, even though I can hear them trying to dig a hole to China.
Oh yeah, they're going for the jugular of your house for sure.
But yeah, and so I feel bad for Nikita having to take care of him by herself while we do this. But at the same time, I had to take care of him by myself Sunday night and all day today. So yeah.
Just don't go to work anymore, do you, Josh?
What's that?
Yeah, you're right. Any other life updates out of either of you? T, you got anything big going on in your life right now?
Well, I guess tomorrow I have my psychological test for my soon-to-be cop job. So if I pass that,
that's the exact face I made.
Rolling in the streets, boys.
God, Josh, do you think T could pass a psychological evaluation?
I don't know. I've seen some of the Snapchat stories he sends out, so.
Yeah.
Bad or what?
I don't know. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
100%.
All right. Should we move on to?
Let's hear those headlines, Josh. I assume you've got them. You're right. How dare I?
Falcons play starting guard Levitre on IR.
Yeah, that's our sponsor, Arnold Palmer. Thank you.
Pete Carroll thinks quarterback Wilson is over-trying a little bit. Apparently, Pete Carroll doesn't know how to speak because over-trying sounds like a made-up word. Antonio Brown skipped practice. Odin barked. Cowboys are bringing back wide receiver Bryce Butler.
Oh, God. You
Not
really built that one up.
Patrick Mahomes can throw footballs good. And then the Cardinals need to be more creative with David Johnson. And I agree as an owner of David Johnson. I'm not going to talk about too much more because there's just way too much. Josh Gordon's going to set the record for NFL touchdowns and yards in 1 week. He's going to have 1,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, and then that'll be the end of week 3. And so, yeah.
Josh, I don't want to say you're recycling your jokes at this point, but I've heard you say that joke about 15 times this year already.
Have you laughed?
Like once.
Then I'm going to keep saying it.
Oh, God. All right. Yeah. T, do you give a shit about any of that NFL news?
It all sounded pretty good to me. Mahomes does throw pretty good balls, so.
Yeah, no doubting that. All right, Josh. I mean, do you have any other thoughts about the news?
No. Let's get through the weekly stuff. What happened? What week are we in? 3? 4?
Week 2 just happened. So I mean, if you're talking about diving right into results, I mean, Bengals beat the Ravens on Thursday night. Did you watch that game?
I did not. I was at obedience class, and not for me. It was for Kaya, and but I did get every single update from people in my other league in the group me chat about AJ Green going off.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. But yeah, 34-23. Good job, Cincinnati. I didn't think you had it in you. I don't know. How do you just want to talk about the other important game and then just skip the rest?
I mean, we can at least say the result. We don't have to go deep dive on each one of them. But
all right, Carolina lost to Atlanta, 24-31.
Chiefs beat the Steelers, 42-37.
Oh God, what order is this in?
I just use Google. I literally just Google NFL Week 2 results.
The Chargers beat Buffalo. No surprise there, 31-20.
Dolphins beat the Jets, 2012.
Cleveland beat themselves and lost to New Orleans 21-18.
Bucks beat the Eagles. Fitzmagic is back again.
Houston lost to Tennessee 20, Houston 17.
Colts beat the Skins 21-9.
The Rams apparently played Arizona. I guess I
don't know.
I don't know if Arizona showed up, but 34-0.
Yep. Did we already talk Titans Texans or no?
I don't care. Say it again if we didn't.
Titans beat Texans 20-17.
Denver beat Oakland 20-19 with a last-second field goal.
Yep. We're gonna have to start using lists in the same order, but I don't know if we said this or not. 49ers beat Lions 30-27.
I don't believe so. Did we talk about Jacksonville beating New England?
No, we did not. But did you watch that game, Josh?
I watched parts of it, and I also predicted that in our predictions in the season.
So did I. The fucking boat, dude. T, how do you feel about Blake Bortles?
I love him.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about Keelan Cole?
Shut the fuck up, Josh. No one gives a shit about Keelan Cole.
Did you see that catch?
Odell's was better.
I never said Odell's wasn't better.
All right.
Did you see that catch?
Josh, I don't know. The Broncos beat the Raiders 20-19. That game was actually really close. I don't know if anyone saw clips from it, but
the Dallas beat New York 20-13.
Mm-hmm. And the Bears, Khalil Mack leading that charge, beat the Seahawks 24-17 on Monday night.
The Minnesota Vikings beat Daniel Carlson to a pulp in the parking lot.
Yeah, this is going to be the meat and the breadth of our recaps this week. T, let's hear their thoughts first. You're our guest. Vikings, Packers, Sunday, noon. What happened? How do you feel?
Liquor store was closed. That's about all I got.
Liquor stores are open on Sunday these days.
Yeah, not at that point.
No? They probably ran dry after all the liquor that was bought. Yeah. No, do you have any actual thoughts about the game, though? I know you watched it. Your sister was sending me snaps of you.
It was a good game, but wow, I don't even... Vikings defense was subpar. Aaron Rodgers is literally a GOAT. I don't even know what to say. I hate the Packers, but he's a GOAT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing I can say is if he was a GOAT, he probably would have got more than one touchdown instead of relying on Mason Crosby to get 5 field goals, I think. But obviously, he kept him in the game. Josh, your thoughts? Packers, Vikings, big game of the week.
I think that there were some questionable calls on both sides.
Yep.
The only instance that I recall, the Clay Matthews one at the end, yes, that's bogus. But they I guess upheld it and are sending it in.
Every Vikings fans will tell you that the call on Eric Kendricks earlier in the game was equally abhorrent.
And I agreed at the same time when that happened. That was just an awful call. Mm-hmm. There were hits later in the game that I thought were more roughing the passer than that call there. Mm-hmm. But there were a series of plays. I don't even remember what quarter. I was like teeing, and I had to make sure that the liquor store still had stuff in stock. But there was a couple of sets of calls where they missed a PI on Jimmy Graham, and then they called the phantom offensive pass interference on Devontae Adams on the sideline.
That was a bad call.
And I think that's why I needed to go get a massage today. That's what stressed me out the most, were those two calls.
Is what you got called a massage? You literally have pepperoni back.
No, I got an actual
Are you
massage,
sure it's not torture?
and then I got cupping. You know, where they attach the cups to your body, they suck it up, and then they turn you into pizza.
That's literally made up. I
Lick
don't
my
know.
back.
You just got scammed. I don't know who did that to you. Was it in the back of a van?
Or a trailer park?
No, have some respect. It was a Motel 6. They have sliding key slots.
You got me.
Yeah.
High quality shit.
But no, I mean, overall, it was a good game. I know leading into the week, listening to some of the Minnesota broadcasters, if I were to believe everything that came out of their mouths, I would have thought Green Bay would have put up 3 points, and it would be because Minnesota felt sorry for them and need all 4 downs on their own 10-yard line and let Mason Crosby kick 3. They talked about their defense being elite and unbeatable with Aaron Rodgers on 2 legs, let alone 1. And so to see that put up, I've been saying it since the end of last year that Minnesota's defense hasn't, or I said at the beginning of this week, I should say, Minnesota's defense hasn't played elite since the first half of the Saints game in the playoffs. So I don't know if it's just they think that they're that good. I mean, they're great defense. I'm not saying they're bad, but they haven't put up the numbers that they said that they're capable of putting up quite yet this season. So hopefully they don't turn it around.
How dare you? How dare you wish ill against my favorite team?
I mean, I bought a Vikings jersey.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. No, I bought a Daniel Carlson jersey.
Oh, you did not.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it got shipped to the house to my right, though.
Oh my God, Josh, that was not worth it. That joke, you're so pleased with yourself. That joke was bad. Oh
yep.
my God.
Well, no.
Oh my God.
I'll be here all night.
Is this the right one?
I'm gonna take a pillowcase.
Nope, that's not the right one.
Soap and beat the shit out of you.
It applies.
It does apply.
Yeah. How about this?
You are one pathetic loser.
There we go. That's what we're looking for. Josh?
You make a bunch of losers in Minnesota.
Yep. All right. Cool.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, a tie is a tie. So essentially we're Cleveland.
It shouldn't be a tie, but
What should the result have been, T?
well, I mean, on paper the Vikings should have won, but
Ooh. Josh,
I mean, the Vikings defense was not good at all. He was right. They played absolutely bad, but
I don't know about absolutely bad. They weren't elite though. Josh, do you have a dissenting opinion? Should the Packers have won that game or?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, there's going to be arguments both ways. It's how it ends. So it's not, you can't go back in time. It's not Madden. You can't replay it all. And so there were definitely instances where I thought the Packers could have capitalized and taken the lead and gotten the win. But no, it ended in a tie. That's how it should end. And while I'm unhappy with the result, I'm going to have to deal with it. And so there's nothing wrong with a 15-0-1 record.
15-0-1, huh?
Yeah.
That's how the Vikings are going to finish, or? Okay. Just for everyone else's reference, it's like a Tuesday night Twilight edition of the podcast. Josh is tired, and we're doing this podcast much later than usual.
he's on bath salts.
Well, and your intro was so freaking long that I had half my drink already.
Tell me that wasn't a fucking dope intro, though, Josh. It had the space theme, had a little bit of electric guitar riff going there. Christ. We put effort in there. No, okay, so Josh, I have my own opinion, but I want to hear yours first. So in week 1, we talked about how you didn't think that all the Vikings fans thinking about Kirk Cousins as like a second coming was fair. Do you change? Not that he's Jesus after this game, but how do you feel about Kirk Cousins' performance in week 2?
Well, if you look at the stat sheet and the stat sheet alone, he did very good.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at how he did, it seemed that there were some times where he didn't. He checked down a lot. He relied on receivers to make amazing plays. That I still have no idea how Thielen caught his touchdown. There's no science that can describe how that worked.
I mean, it just went in between the two guys. I don't know what you
grandpa
mean.
actually recently died, so gave him a little gift right there.
I see. So there's divine intervention,
Okay.
I think is what T's trying to say.
Yeah. But I mean, and everybody I've talked to has said he's better than Rodgers and he deserves the praise. And
that's a little steep. I don't know if
I might have made that stat up. But
Okay.
but there's on NFL subreddit I've seen some posts about how if that if this game were to happen last season and that wasn't a roughing the passer call, he had like 120 less passing yards, one more interception, one less touchdown, and it was night and day.
What was this hypothetical? I'm so confused.
If that roughing the passer call on Clay Matthews never happened,
yep,
and that interception held up, his stat line was completely different, and it just looked like a mediocre. It looked like Fitzpatrick 2016, not Kirk Cousins.
So I mean, he at that point he would have been like 320, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Is that bad?
No, because he had 2 drives afterwards.
Okay, but you said 120 less, so he ended up with like 4 something, right?
426 to be exact, but
yeah. So you did 426, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'm telling you, his stat line was 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, like 400 yards.
Well, now I got to fact check.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to say that Kirk Cousins is Jesus, but I mean, he did pretty good. Kirk Cousins is the reason we tied that game, certainly.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't Daniel Carlson, so.
Oh my God, while Josh is trying to fact check here, how do you think about cutting Carlson? Obviously, you were heated during the game, but is it the right move after cooling down?
At this point, yes. If you had a little more time to, sit on the practice squad a little bit, get a little better, work on his accuracy, he could be good. But at this point, I don't know. The Vikings are trying to move, try to hit to the Super Bowl, so looking for a little more veteran talent.
Yeah, no, I agree. The only thing I didn't like about it is we drafted him like we invested that much time in him. Obviously, it sucks that guy misses 3 kicks, but then Dan Bailey only signed a 1-year deal, so we're just back into the same no kicker situation next year. So I don't know. Obviously, we're all for the last like 5 years we've been in the Super Bowl or bust, but yeah, I think as long as Dan Bailey can perform, I think it's fine.
Okay, so here's what I got. It says Kirk Cousins was 35 of 48 for 425 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. If the Clay Matthews flag wasn't thrown, Cousins would have finished with 23 for 32 for 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Is that a terrible stat line? I mean,
no, I never said it was terrible. I just said that the stat line people are tossing out makes him sound like he's a GOAT. But that's that's a fairly it's a good stat line, but it's not 425, 4-1.
Sure, no, I agree. I don't know. I guess I don't remember exactly what you said, but you said I think you were saying, or the quote said that it was a trash stat line without that roughing the passer, and I just didn't agree. Personal opinion on the game, I haven't shared that yet. I don't know. I think the game should have ended in a tie. I think the tie benefits the Vikings more. I don't know how you guys feel about that, especially a game that's in Lambeau. I think later down the line when tiebreakers start coming out or division records, I think the tie is better for us.
Well, say that to the division standings right now, 2nd place.
Okay, we're only because we haven't played a second division game.
2nd place?
We haven't played a fair and equal amount of division games, Josh.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2nd place. What did you say?
T, can you fucking hold Josh down for me real quick? Can you just hold down Josh so I can beat him up?
Here.
You're supposed to be a cop. Hold the guy down. I don't know.
So much for being a shorter podcast.
Yeah. We're only at 20 minutes right now.
Holy.
Any other thoughts on the Vikings-Packers game, anyone? T, Josh? Gonna take that chewing of ice as a no. All right. So week 3, Josh, we won't go through every game. Any of these games excite you, though?
I haven't looked.
Oh, my God.
So I'm going to go ahead and say the Packers game is going to excite me.
Who do the Packers play?
Washington.
All right. That could be a decent game if Alex Smith is better than normal.
The New Orleans and Atlanta looks exciting.
Josh, I pulled up the spreads for our lock and upset later, but Atlanta's favored in that game. Do you think that's fair? They're favored by like 3.
Yeah, with how New Orleans defense has been playing, I would say that's pretty fair. Okay. Then again, Atlanta's offense is sucked in the red zone, so who knows? Mm-hmm. But they are the home team, so they're automatically gifted 3 anyways, so it's kind of an even spread there.
Yep. Yeah. Vikings-Bills, I'm only excited because they're currently like 16-point favorites. The Vikings are over the Bills.
So it's a trap game.
Yeah, if we lose that game... Yes.
Oh, my God. If you guys lose that game, I'm going to have to go consult a doctor 4 hours and 1 minute after that game's over.
Because of your erection, I get it.
Yeah, good job. I also like the LA battle. Los Angeles Chargers at Los Angeles Rams. I don't know which team has a home game, which team has the away, but they're both playing.
Doesn't it say on here? It says the Rams are at home. What do you mean? They play in different stadiums.
Joke is that they're both from Los Angeles, you freaking dweeb.
That was a stupid joke. God damn it. Do these games excite you? Do you give a shit about week 3 in the NFL that isn't Vikings?
You know, I'm excited to see Pittsburgh at Fitzpatrick.
Pittsburgh at Fitzpatrick.
Well, he's their entire team.
Dude, honestly, though,
right?
He looks fucking good. Do you see that? Obviously, you saw that press conference after the game.
I thought it was Photoshop. And
really?
then I saw the video of it, and I loved it. Is any of that get up yours? The chest hair is great. He's gold.
Dude, I'm just going to be sad when he starts losing again, because that's what he does.
No.
T, do you give a shit about any of those games now that you've had a second to think?
The Philly game, actually.
Philly
Wentz
at
is
Indianapolis?
back.
Oh, you just want to see Wentz play again?
Yeah.
That should be fun.
New York Jets at Cleveland.
I don't even know what to say about that.
That's I'm excited for that game because it'll allow me to get some chores done around the house instead of watch football on Thursday.
I mean, the Jets looked great week 1, and I mean, after week 1, this game looks pretty exciting. After last week, maybe not so much, but
well, Cleveland did hang 18 on New Orleans, so would have been 24 if it wasn't for the kicker or something like that. Sound familiar?
Josh, go fuck yourself, boss.
I'm sorry. I'm just getting them all out while I can because once Dan Bailey starts making kicks, I can't make bad kicking jokes.
Josh, everyone knows Dan Bailey's going to end up letting us down in the end, so.
Well, yeah, I'm just waiting.
It'll be game winner for sure.
Yeah, it'll be week 17. Winner gets the division or like the first round bye or whatever, and Dan Bailey's just going to wide left it for sure. Guaranteed.
From like 27?
Yeah, if not, it'll be from like 2. He'll be kicking from the end zone.
Well. All right, should we move on? Because I'm sick and tired of sitting here.
I mean, you're going to be sitting here for a while. We got to do lock and upset, Josh.
Oh my god!
I already made mine, so you can think about yours while you're. The only thing I thought about was instituting a rule that you have to wait to use a team you've already used as your lock pick for like 4 weeks. So you can't like pick Buffalo to lose every week as your lock, if that makes sense. So with that said, my lock this week is going to be Chicago over Arizona because I think Khalil Mack is going to destroy whoever he plays, and Trubisky can put up a couple points. And then my upset is going to be Denver over Baltimore. I like the things Case Keenum's doing, so the Baltimore's favored by like 5, I think. So
my lock's going to be Jacksonville
over Tennessee.
Yes. And then my upset is going to be...
You don't have a spread in front of you, so I don't know how you know what an upset is. But
well, I'm just guessing here.
I can tell you.
My upset's going to be Buffalo's going to lose to Minnesota. It'll upset me. But God, you picked the one that I was thinking of after I looked at this.
Do you want me to go? I can tell you right now, Tampa Bay is the underdog. Pittsburgh is the favorite in that game. If you want to pick Tampa Bay as the upset.
No. Fitzmagic is it caps at 2. Let's no. Let's just say my upset is going to be. Oh my God, which games? I'm going to go with New Orleans over Atlanta since we already said that Atlanta's a 3-point favorite.
Yep, so you're saying New Orleans will upset Atlanta?
Yeah. As you can tell, I didn't do much research today.
No, absolutely not. T, I gave you the sheet there. Do you want to do a lock and upset pick just for fun since you're here?
Yeah, we'll New England lock.
Okay.
And we're going to do a curveball here. The Colts are going to beat the Philly.
Ooh, shit. And you're a Bison fan, T. This is...
I know I am.
Holy shit. Hold on, I got to write this down. So your lock was New England. That's an easy one. Over Detroit. And then the upset was...
Indianapolis.
Yep, Indy over Philly.
In Philly.
In Philly? You're just adding that little zest on there? All right, yeah. This is a less than normal enthusiastic podcast, but it's late. Josh, we can move forward. I think next is redraft results. What'd you say?
I said please, but I had a mouthful of ice and
God damn it.
Di Serono.
What do you? Oh, okay. What are you drinking tonight, Josh?
I think Di Serono for the second week in a row.
No, you had Crown Apple, I think, last time.
I did. I should go make a drink. Can we pause?
I mean, I can sit here and talk if you want to.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Redraft side bet winner. So for those of you who don't remember, last week's side bet was most touchdowns scored by offensive players on your starting roster. That was Willie. I don't have the number because I stopped counting at 6 because the first player on his team was Patrick Mahomes, and he had 6 passing touchdowns. Now I know he counted. I counted them all out, but I stopped at Mahomes, and when I looked further down the list, he had AJ Green, who also had 3. Now in my other league, those 2 players alone would have given him the win because the highest number was 8.
Yikes.
So, he had 9 with just 2 players. Then he also had Kelsey who put up 2 touchdowns. So I can't count past 11 because then I have to take my socks off.
Makes sense. Redraft winners. You got the results here. Willie beats Nikita 154 to 103, mainly because of the things you just listed: Mahomes, AJ Green, and Travis Kelsey. Nikita had Aguilar, Devonta Adams, and which Brown is that, Josh? That John Brown?
Antonio Brown, excuse me. Although I think they put up the same number, basically.
Am I going to get all the blowouts again this week? Willie blows out Nikita. It's not even close.
No, I got a blowout here. Nate beat Jamie 146 to 105. Nate had Scam Newton. T.Y. Hilton and Evan Ingram put up 20 plus or more, or 20 points or more.
Say 20 plus or more. It says 19.7 right there. What the fuck are you talking about?
I round up. Jamie had Cooks, Galladay, and Rodgers. And so 22, 21, and 16 from those respectively. Nate outscored his projection. I mean, Willie outscored his projection by more, but Nate outscored his projection by 24.
Is that good? Is that a lot?
I don't know. Jamie underscored her prediction, so I'm guessing that's what led to his win.
Mm-hmm. T, your matchup number 3. Talk to me about your matchup here against Derek.
I thought I was actually going to lose. Thank God Ezekiel Elliott pulled it out for me. Yeah, so it was close.
So it came down to Sunday night there then, or what?
It literally did, yes.
Do you remember who your top performers were and who his top performers were? Do I have to read them out for you?
I'm trying to think.
Did I have top performers?
Philip Rivers. Yeah, he was my top performer with who else did I have? I can't even think right now.
All right, so Juju Smith-Schuster was your top performer with 31. You also had Adam Thielen with 31, and then Rivers had 22.
Yeah.
But I mean, Philip Rivers is on the top of the list, so if you mean top performer in that respect, then yes, Philip Rivers is your top performer.
Yes.
And then Derek, it was a close game, 133 to 128. Derek had Melvin Gordon, who had 30, but then his next player only had 14, and Devin Funchess, and then Jimmy G had 16. So a bit of a drop off there for Derek.
Matchup 4, we have Brad versus Garrett. Brad beat Garrett 146 to Garrett's 134. Brad had Diggs put up 36. Gurley put up 32, and Chris Thompson 22. Garrett had Big Ben with 39. Ertz with 20, and then Mason Crosby, the kicker, with 18.
Damn. Sorry, I went to a different page for a sec. Matchup 5, Hammer and Jordan. This was another decent match. Hammer had 108. Jordan beat him, though, with 117. Hammer had Barkley, who in a PPR league was great because Eli Manning kept throwing him into the flat probably every play. And then he also had Mike Evans and Amari Cooper. So a lot of reception points there for Hammer. But Jordan got the edge with Christian McCaffrey at 28 points, Chris Hogan at 19, and then Kenyon Drake at 17.
So moving on to the last matchup, that's ours. I'm trying to pull up a sound clip on my phone because
sound clip on your phone, Josh? This is unheard of.
Well, just don't worry about it.
Josh, I don't think I'm going to like what...
White
Yeah, Garlic. We put a wager down for $1,000 on this matchup, and you got smoked.
Oh, okay, let's calm down with the "I got smoked" language. I don't know if that's fair.
I don't know. 123 to 107. Ooh. It's like a 100-point difference.
100-point difference.
His math is right.
I'm not a math major, but that's 100 points.
All right, I'm gonna bring up the matchup real quick. What the fuck happened? I feel like some bullshit happened. Oh, that's right. Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell are both sitting on my bench. How am I ever gonna win a matchup with my top 2 draft picks on the bench, Josh?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not draft Le'Veon Bell when you know he's not gonna play because he's a freaking bad football player. I don't know. He just wants lots of money.
Got him.
I don't know. Maybe if you implemented the tight end in this league, I would have had to draft a tight end instead of 3 wide receivers that are just going to dominate the entire year.
Josh, do you have a noose handy by chance?
What?
A noose? Do you have a noose handy by chance?
No, I'm not a television station. Why would I have the news?
I hate you so fucking much.
My top performer was Michael Thomas for the second week in a row, 31. DeAndre Hopkins, 23. And then Breezy with 17.5. Garlic had Deshaun Watson, 22.
My quarterback was better than yours. Why are you laughing at that?
James Conner with 19.5. And then the Chicago defense with 19.
Fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah, no, that's great. Just wait till they play real teams. And then, but yeah, no, it was an interesting matchup. I had fun watching my team's points go way, way up while yours stayed way, way down.
All right, Michael Thomas is not going to put up 31 points every single week. So I'd calm down. Your team's going to be crashing back to reality. Yeah, I am sure about that.
But Josh Gordon didn't play last week. So when Michael Thomas only puts up 23 points from it now on, Josh Gordon's going to put up 32.
Josh Gordon is garbage. Yep, Josh is frustrated. He just pushed his mic away. That's fine. I can do this podcast by myself. I'm not gonna, because I'd kill myself, but...
And you wouldn't be allowed in my basement.
What? If I did the basement by myself? What?
You wouldn't be allowed in my basement.
For what?
If I quit the podcast.
That's fine. I'll take all the gear with me that I bought, which is literally everything.
But yeah, so I asked you to do one thing today when you had the time between my massage and this meeting. Did you look at the people who shot themselves?
No, I did not. You did not ask me to do that.
I actually did.
No, you said that's something you didn't do. I said, oh, okay.
I actually did ask you.
You did not.
Well, what the fuck do you think is going to happen if I didn't do it?
I'm not that upset about it. I can tell you I didn't shoot myself because no one on my bench performed over 5 points.
Well, you lost.
You know what, T? Why the fuck did we invite you here?
Well, fine. I guess Garlic doesn't want to have fun on the podcast, so he's the reason behind that.
Take better notes. All right. Well, I mean, it only comes down to the close matchup. So let's look at the bench here.
Derek, I know Derek did.
Did he? I mean, I guess he could have played Trey Burton over Demaryius Thomas, but he never would have done that. Or Sammy Watkins, I guess, is the closest. He could have definitely started Sammy Watkins.
It's not about whether or not you would do it. It's about whether or not you should have done it, Garlic.
Why would anyone start Trey Burton over Demaryius Thomas?
You wouldn't.
What the fuck conversation are we having right now, Josh?
Did you not listen to what I said? Garlic,
you said should.
It's like talking to a brick wall. I said... It's not whether or not you should or would do it. It's whether or not you should do it for the win.
We talked about this just
hindsight's 2020. You start Trey Burton over Demaryius Thomas, you get the win.
Sure, I guess. I try to go with realistic shot yourself in the leg, but...
Yeah, well, I tried that argument with the Victoria's Secret League. Do you want to know how that ended up?
I don't give a fuck. That's not our league.
Well, this podcast was their idea, so...
I mean, kinda. Well, I mean, Walters is our number one fan and listener. Apparently, T listened to like 6 podcasts today, but other than that, Walters is the only guy who listens to our podcast.
How could you sit through this 6 times in one day? I want to shoot myself in the face, and I've been down here for an hour just now.
It was a 3.5-hour drive, so.
Did you
do a few?
Did you at any point laugh?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
That's something.
Other ones that shot themselves in the foot, I think Hammer might have.
Probably. Like I said, it really just comes down to the close matchups.
I can tell you who did in the Dynasty League, but we'll get there soon.
Go fuck yourself, Josh. God, just coming with the daggers tonight. We can't do Twilight podcast anymore. This is past your bedtime, Mr. Cranky.
Yep, I don't have the Week 3 matchups typed up yet.
That's fine. We can just look at them on ESPN. I got them right here. So Week 3 matchups. We won't get too in the weeds here, but I play Garrett. We're both 0-2, so we're looking for the first win there. Garrett's currently projected 122 to my 108, so I guess I'm just gonna tank this whole fucking year. I don't know. You want me to keep going or no?
I'm up against Hammer. Hammer's projected to win 120 to 115. So close matchup there. I mean, he's got Carson Wentz coming back, Saquon, compared to my Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Drew Brees. And so, yeah, it'll be a close matchup.
After that, we got the Beauty Bowl. Nikita's playing Jamie. They're both 0-2 as well. Jamie is currently projected to lose to Nikita by 5, 123 to 118.
Yep. We got T versus Willie.
T, are you going to win this week?
I hope so.
Well, not according to projections. You're projected to lose 109 to 119.
T, can you defend yourself? How do you make your lineup better?
I don't.
No, you're stuck with who you got?
Nope.
You going to try and pick anyone up in the waivers this week?
I haven't looked yet.
That's a good call. I haven't looked either. Derek plays Nate. Derek is currently projected to beat Nate 119 to 115. So another close matchup for those two.
And Jordan plays Bradley. Jordan's projected to lose to Bradley 116 to 118. So another close one, as projections usually are.
Do we shut down the league if Bradley wins the league this year?
Yes.
No, because, I mean, it's very similar. I mean, he's 1-1. He's going up against the 2-0 Bates Master.
The Bates Master?
Master Bateser.
There you go.
And so, I mean, yeah, he's got a decent team, but he's still 1-1. He doesn't have 3 stud wide receivers. And so... so, yeah, we'll just have to see how the cookie bakes.
I'm just saying Bradley was tied for the second highest score last week, so that scares me. 146.2. Brady to Shady. Just saying. Be on the lookout for Brad. He's coming.
Gross. Some notable fantasy ad drops for this week. Garlic added Jared Cook for Delaney Walker.
Technically this is last week, but yeah.
Jordan added Buck Allen and dropped Cam Meredith. I added Suck It Up for Matt Prater, and then Dante Pettis for Des Bryant. Derek added Jimmy G for Fitzmagic. Big mistake there. And then Garrett added Ted Ginn for Paul Richardson. Just a reminder, with our side bets, we have a new one this week. Immaculate Reception is how it was described to me, or the title of it. And that's going to be the most receptions by one of your starting wide receivers. So you don't add them all up.
So whoever has the number one receiver essentially starting.
And then for ties, I'm just going to implement it on the fly here because I'm co-commissioner, and if Garlic can implement no tight ends, I can implement the tie goes to the second highest. And if there's a tie there, it goes to the third highest reception for your starting wide receiver. And if you started a tight end instead of a wide receiver, well, they count too, I guess.
Yeah, they're all pass catchers.
Yeah. Anything else to add, Gar?
Nope. Josh, is there any... So this is, like I said, this is a Tuesday edition, so we can't see who people are going to add or drop tomorrow morning. Is there anyone you're looking for in free agency?
Todd Gurley.
Yeah? You're going to pick him up off the wire or what?
Yep. Nope. Yep. Straight off the waiver wire. Actually, free agency. Not even going to lose any of my free agency auction budget, whatever it's called.
Is this the right one? Please be the right one.
I was checking the specs on the end line for the rotary girder. I'm retarded.
That button is nothing. Thanks for trying to participate, Josh.
Just a guess. Living up to the button bar.
So, no, I don't have any further thoughts on the redraft league. I'm 0-2. Fuck me.
Yep, no, I know.
I'm 2-0.
2-0 club. Welcome.
All right, T's never allowed on the fucking podcast again. This is ridiculous.
So, yeah, let's move on to the Dynasty League here. For for matchup 1, we got me versus Jalen. Matchup 2, do you want to talk about that?
I mean, is that all you're going to say?
We're not going to talk about this one. Jalen doesn't deserve to have me say he beat me.
Aw, Josh is upset. He lost to Jalen. Aw.
Nah, I put up 120.5 to Jalen's 145.5. Devonta
What?
Adams, Drew Brees got me 20. Kamara only got me 18. Jalen had Stephon Diggs put up 36. Barkley put up 25. And Mike Evans put up 22. Good job, Jalen. I'm surprised you found a ladder tall enough to get you to the computer to set your lineup. But you beat me fair and square. So good job.
See, Josh, this is what comes out when you have a podcast again. All your jokes are recycled. You're just going to sit there and talk about how short Jalen is forever or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he going to get any taller?
No, he is not going to get any taller.
So why would I have to change my jokes?
You got me. Josh, what happened? I thought your team was a dynasty powerhouse. What's going on here? 120? I did better than that this week.
Yeah, a lot of people did. But as you pointed out, it doesn't matter what you do in the regular season as long as you make the playoffs and win.
I mean, I guess, have you ever made the playoffs and won?
I mean, I've won a game in the playoffs.
Have you won a league?
Not this league.
Well, there you go. So next matchup is Hammer Kevin. Again, you just feel bad for Kevin. That team was a dumpster fire when he got it. So he only scored 95 to Hammer's 140.
I actually don't feel that bad because I looked at his roster. He started a few guys that were out with injury. I think he started Delaney Walker.
Oh, is Kevin already phoning in his performance or what?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
God damn it, Kevin. I mean, we got his $30, but that team, if it's going to still be a dumpster fire, no one will ever take that team.
No.
But yeah, no, the Hammer top performer, Adam Thielen, Chris Thompson, and Rodgers. Kevin had Cam Newton put up 31 and Ingram with 20, but if your third top performer is LaShawn McCoy with 10 points in this league, you're not going to win many games. So,
matchup 3, it's the week's high score versus the week's second high score.
Get fucked, Derek.
Derek had 152 versus Connor's 178.75. Derek had Michael Thomas with 31, Brandon Cooks with 23, and then Tevin Coleman with 15.5. Connor's team, AJ Green with 30, Kelsey with 30, and McCaffrey with 28. Connor's team looks freaking great. Now, I know Green had a great week, but holy cow. Can I just not play him? Or can I play him when his entire team's on bye?
I mean, sure, you could try.
Actually,
yeah.
I'm commissioner, let's face it. I'm going to beat Connor.
Oh, I see. You're going to do a little shady shit in the back end and win that way?
Yep. I should do it this week with Jalen.
Too late now, boss.
I guess. Go on.
Yeah. Matchup 4 was Willie and T. T, let's hear it. What happened?
Yeah, it was not good.
Give us a little more than that. Come on, give us a little detail. Give us a little emotion, something.
Liquor store, that's all I gotta say.
God. Willie had is that Josh Gordon? No, that can't be Josh Gordon. Melvin Gordon. See, Josh, I'm retarded. He also had DeAndre Hopkins and then Jared Goff. T had Patrick Mahomes. You had Mahomes, T.
I did, but
and he had Juju Smith-Schuster. You got Juju in both leagues. And then you had Dalvin Cook with only 12, so I guess the rest of your team must have not been that good.
Correct.
Yes.
The bench did better.
The bench did better?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you shot yourself in the foot?
Correct.
Who was on your bench that did better?
God, I don't even remember because I switched out the players from last week, and then I was like, oh, they did crap, so I was like, oh, I'm going to start these guys. Well, then it was reverse cycled, so.
So would you like over tinker your lineup or what?
Basically.
So what do you got here? You got, I mean, you had Roethlisberger on your bench, but he belonged there.
Yes.
Devin Funchess had 14. Chris Godwin had 16.
Yeah, last week I both started them, and then they had like 5 points apiece.
I see.
Yeah.
Womp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you could have started one of them over Ted Ginn. You probably wouldn't have started them over
like
Julio
25
Jones.
points last week.
You're not wrong. Only 7 this week, though, T.
See, I got shot in the foot.
you got shot in the foot by yourself or by someone else?
Both.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to talk about week 3 matchups, Josh?
Well, matchup 5 was...
Oh, sorry.
It was Garlic versus Nate. Garlic put up 131 to Nate's 137. Garlic had Todd Gurley for 32, Philip with 24, and then Zach Ertz with 20. Nate had Cousins with 37, James Conner with 19.5, and then Golden Tate with 19. Let's talk about shooting yourself in the foot, though, because I only know one off the top of my head.
Do you, Josh? Let's hear it.
Yeah,
Because I think
sure.
you want to share with the group.
Yeah, no. Garlic, do you know that you lost by 6 points essentially?
Yep, 6.15 to be exact.
Well, 5.15, but math is hard.
5.85.
Whatever. And so your kicker got you 0.
Thank you, Dr. Science. What would I do without you?
Who's your current kicker?
Nobody.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what team he plays for now. And so he got you 0, and the only other kicker on your bench that I see is Harrison Butt Kicker, who got you exactly 6.
That is correct.
So that would have been the victory there. So you got played, buddy.
I don't know if I got played. I mean, Daniel Carlson was 1 for 1 last week, so it's not like you can predict the guy's going to miss 3.
You got played.
Okay, Josh, if you say so.
Respect the segment, Garlic.
If it helps your narrative, I got played, Josh. I'm so sorry. I'm so dumb.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
So that was it for matchups. Week 3, I played Derek. We're both 1-1. Currently, Derek's projected to kill me 146 to 122. Josh, I don't know if you have the matchups in front of you, if you just want me to go through them all real quick, but
I suppose.
All right. So Josh is playing a Hammer, and you're projected to kill Hammer 155 to 116. Kevin and Connor play. Connor's projected to kill Kevin 152 to 108. Swanee and Willie play each other, and Swanee's projected to win, to go 3-0, 149 to 127. And then T, you play Nate in what is the closest match of the week. You're projected to win with 137 or 138 essentially to his 135. Do you think you'll actually win?
No.
Why not?
Every time I see that, it's like it doesn't happen. So
anytime you're projected to win, you lose. Is that what you're telling me?
correct.
So, I mean, just real briefly, current standing, Swanee's 2-0 with the most points for. Then it's Nate. There's only 2 2-0 teams left. And then it's Prasky, Josh, me, Derek, Willie, Hammer are all 1-1, differentiated by points for. And then T and Kevin are both 0-2.
Yeah, I'll probably be 0-3.
Jeez, come on, T.
Royce Freeman was not a good pickup.
No?
Someone give me Lindsey. Who picked up Lindsey?
Who did pick up Lindsey? I have no idea.
I tried getting him on free agent, but I missed the deadline.
You missed the deadline? You got to get those in Tuesday night, boss.
Yeah, I overslept. My bad.
God. And you're hoping to be a cop by tomorrow?
Essentially.
God. Yeah, I don't know. You got anything else you want to talk about the Dynasty, Josh?
No. Should we move on to Blood, Sweat, and Beers League?
Sure. All
right. I don't have any notes for this league because even though they're our most avid listeners and they provide the most feedback.
The Australians and the Latvians.
Yeah, no. I learned today that Latvian is a muscle in your back.
Is it? Is that where the pepperoni on your back comes from right now?
The Latvian dorsi.
I've no fucking clue what you're saying, Dr. Science, but that sounds real.
It's a joke. It's a latissimus dorsi. Garlic. Laugh.
Ha 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 ha
ha.
I mean, do we even need to go over a matchup? Because it was obvious that we were going to win.
I mean, we won by 5. I don't know how obvious it was.
I mean, we have a podcast. We know what we're doing, Garlic.
Did we?
Yeah, I was going to say.
But yeah, so we played somebody on here who is...
We played Jonos Burtons.
Yeah. We played Philip Rivers, got us 28.7. Michael Thomas, what position does he play again?
He's a wide receiver, Josh.
25. Creamy Hunt, 14.5. I mean, overall, yeah, like you said, it was a close matchup.
Josh, don't forget Keelan Cole, 21.
Who?
That's correct.
No, Keelan Cole is going to be just filling that flex spot for the rest of the year. He deserves it. 21 is going to be his basement for the season.
Josh, should we talk about our bench for a sec? Mahomes with the 50 bomber.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I mean, if we move to our Week 3 matchup, you'll see that he's in our starting lineup because Kansas City is playing San Fran. So I think that that's going to be a good matchup for him against Phillip Rivers and at the Rams.
Oh, we play 2 Grillies, 1 Cup, the imposter of the league.
Yeah. Oh, God. I want to beat this guy so bad. He has no girlies still.
No Grillies and no Cups. We're projected to win by 20.
I mean,
almost 20.
He has Delaney Walker in his starting lineup, so that might be one of the reasons why.
Yeah, he's on the IR by now. I think we're good.
Yep. No. But hey, maybe he'll move Doug Baldwin in there.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so for the rest of the league, we have Andy Dalton Abbey against Futbuckers, 106.2 Favre for
this
Dalton
week
Abbey.
2 results or week 3 preview?
Week 3 preview. And then Futbuckers is projected 111 on the dot. So going to be a close one there. Touchdown My Pants is going to be 102 versus Cockknocker's team at 98. So another close prediction. Apparently we're the only blowout prediction because everything else is within a 1.5 or 2.
I mean, it helps that the guy does have Delaney Walker in his starting lineup. But
Alex Smith, first round, 100 is projected 100 to Erect Dix, 98.25. He changed his name again.
What's his name now?
Just Bears fan.
He must be an avid listener.
Yeah, no. He's probably going to stop after this episode because this one's very bad. Just a note for you guys. The reason there's no notes and it's such a sloppy podcast episode is because I didn't work this week, so I didn't have time to actually put notes together.
Josh only has free time when he's at work, so go figure.
But Just Bears fan is projected 101.9 to John O'Burton's 102.9. And then Brett Squared is 105.31 against Check My Balls is 104.8. So a lot of close matchups. Like you said, 2 Grillies, 1 Cup having an IR player is probably one of the reasons why we're the only major blowout. As far as week 2 results, since you pointed out that I skipped that, Futbuckers... Thank you, Tim Allen. Futbuckers won 141 to Check My Bowels is 126. Cockknockers rocked the socks off of 2 Girlies, 1 Cup, 112 to 78.26. Wonder if Delaney Walker being in the starting lineup had anything to do with that. Erect Dickers 71 to Dalton Abbey's 86. We're playing half-point PPR. How didn't you get 100? Oh, yeah, I had to check and make sure we got 100. So 2 low scores, not the lowest scores, but don't know what happened. I guess I'm guessing Dalton Abbey had Joe Mixon, who didn't do a whole lot. Touchdown My Pants, 131.8. The Brett Squares, 106. And then Alex Smith, first round, 83.86 to Just Bears fans, 98.26. So another sub-100 performance by both of you.
Yeah.
You do know that now that I've said that, we're going to score like 50 this week, right?
Yeah, we're going to get absolutely fucking tanked.
And we're going to get beat by no Girlies and possibly 1 Cup.
If we're lucky.
Yep. Do you have anything to go on?
I mean, I just like to talk about how my fantasy record overall is going. So week 1, I went 2-6, fucking shit the bed. Guess how well I did this week, Josh, without looking and cheating. How'd I perform this week?
Well, I know you lost in the one league. I know you lost in our league. 2-6.
That's exactly what I did. I went 2-6 again. So I won the Blood, Sweat, and Beers League, obviously. And then I won the Deflate These Balls with like the second lowest score in the league. So,
well, I can talk about. I know last week I went 6-1. That's where you push the applause button on the soundbar.
All right, yeah. Here, let me get the applause button going real quick. Let me just for sure find the applause button right here.
What the heck are you guys doing? Trying to ruin my life and make me look like a friggin' idiot?
Fuck you, Josh. No applause for you.
And then week 2, I regressed a little bit, but I went 4-3, so still winning record for week 2. I'm 2-0 in 4 leagues: the Victorious Secret League, the Hidden Oaks Redraft League, the Galaxy Quest League, and then the Blood, Sweat, and Beers League. Yeah, you can go ahead and make all that noise as garlic. Which are you 2-0 in any leagues? Oh wait, the Blood, Sweat, and Beers League.
Yep, correct. The
All
league we're
right.
in together. Yep. I am 4-12 after 2 weeks in fantasy. That is fucking shit. T, how many leagues are you in?
Just 2.
Just the 2 you're in with us, and you're what are you 1-3 then, or 2-2? Oh, you're 2-2, right? Because you're 2-0 in the redraft and then 0-2 in the dynasty. So that's not bad. You're 50%.
Yeah.
Just gonna stop talking, Josh. Got nothing else? Nope. T, do you have any thoughts on football in this upcoming week?
I got nothing.
There's a bunch of losers in Minnesota.
Josh, I mean, for the
Vikings are terrible.
Are you done?
Maybe.
God. Yeah, I mean, we're going to come in under an hour for the first time ever, Josh. This is pretty incredible. Thanks for having me. I always encourage people to email the show or like us on Facebook or whatever, Hidden Oaks Overdose or hiddenoaksoverdose@gmail.com. Yeah, unless you guys have
Years later, a doctor will tell me that I have an IQ of 48 and am what some people call mentally retarded.
Are you just randomly hitting buttons on the soundboard at this point or what?
But that was so fitting.
I guess. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. Josh, thanks for having me. T,
Thanks
you're
for
ugly.
having me.
No, fuck you, T. You're ugly.
No,
Okay.
don't listen to him, T. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Podcast right there. That was supposed to be a podcast. That counts for something, right? I mean. Here, T, talking to the mic a little bit. Give me a little something.
Breaker, come in here. The space combobulator is a little flipped up right now. Space Shuttle 27 is not a go right now, so we're gonna have to look for some space juice here in the rocket ship here. I don't know, Bubbles. Fuck.